UFC Fight Night 163. It takes place next weekend. It will take place in Moscow, Russia. And there were many changes in the fight cards, and got to say, I'm pretty much surprised with many guys who fight. Honestly, I even don't know some of those guys, but I'll follow the whole fight card. About predictions, I only know well about main event and co-main event of the evening, so let me guide you through. Alexander Volkov meets Greg Hardy in the co-main event of the evening. Now, it would be insane to say that Greg Hardy has chances, but you know, he was fighting well in few last bouts, but this is a dangerous fighter, black belt in Sushinjan, brown belt in Kyokushin and BJJ. It's Alexander Sasha Volkov, and as well as you know, he is Bellator Season 10 Heavyweight Tournament finalist, the guy who won that tournament, the man who was the former vacant Bellator Heavyweight World Champion, the man who held victories over Timothy Johnson, Roy Nelson, Stefan Struve and Fabricio Verdum before he was, well, let's say weirdly stopped by Derek Lewis, who was getting battered for all the time, and in the last seconds one big punch rocked him hard, wobbled him. Well, Sasha is the former M1 Global Heavyweight Champion. He's a very, very tactically good fighter with strong blows, very, very long, very, very tall. I think he's a nightmare for everybody. On the other side, you know that Greg Hardy is a former NFL player, the guy who showed pretty much strong dominance throughout his last 3 UFC bouts, and you have to say he pretty much surprised me. Alright, he was disqualified against Alan Crowder. I don't want to count it because you know such things. It was a legal knee, but he wasn't losing. But first round stoppages against Dmitry Smolyakov and Julian Adams. Ben Sosoli no contest, but he primarily won via decision. We've seen a new improved version of Greg Hardy, and this is the reason I'm giving 70% to Sasha Volkov, while I'm giving maybe 30% to Greg Hardy. Sasha Volkov is a very, very dangerous and serious opponent, and this is a real test for Greg Hardy. Let's see whether he will bounce back with the win or not, but I really think Sasha Volkov is gonna win, but you never know. And now, ZABIT Magomedshariipov, Calvin Kattar, the battle that was transitioned to the main event of the evening after Volkov's opponent Junior Dos Santos withdrew due to staph infection, and now ZABIT Magomedshariipov. Well, this is a Sambo guy, a great submission specialist, and the former ACB featherweight champion. I mean, I said a few times that he's overrated, but he hasn't had serious opponent until now. Mike Santiago, Shayman Moraes submissions, Kyle Bochniak decision unanimous, Brandon Davis, Sulov stretch, and Jeremy Stevens submission. Well, he's a tough of the opponent. And on the other side, we got Calvin Kattar. Well, I don't want to undermine Calvin Kattar. I mean, I watched him many times. He's a strong guy, a very strong guy from Matthew, Massachusetts, and the blue belt in BJJ. He has some technique. I mean, let's take a look. Andre Fili, unanimous decision. Shane Burgos, TKO. Unanimous decision loss to Renato Moicano. Well, it's a good result. Renato Moicano is a beast. Chris Fishgold, TKO punches. Ricardo Llamas, TKO punches. And now, who am I rooting for? Listen, I love Calvin Kattar, but I highly doubt he defeats ZABIT Magomedshariipov in the middle of Russia.